Most players think a crossover is simply just taking the ball from one hand to the other, and that's why their crossover is just average. Today, we're going to be going over the 5 secrets to make your crossover completely unguardable. What's up, Hoopers? My name is Coach Kyle, and we're going to be breaking down the cross method, where each letter is going to stand for one detail that's going to take your crossover from average into a move that defenders hate to guard. We're going to learn how to set up, we're going to learn how to read, we're going to learn how to explode past your defender every single time. Let's go. The first letter that we're going to be looking at is the letter C, and we want to be able to cup the basketball. As we cup the basketball, we're pulling that ball just above our hip. Now, what we don't do is carry the basketball. That is illegal. Our hand never goes underneath the basketball. The hand can go on the side. It can go behind, right? Just not underneath. So as you pull that ball, as you control it, boom, learn how to cup that basketball. Why is that important? If we were just simply exchange, notice how I'm never able to set up my crossover. It's just simply an exchange. And that's why players don't have effective crossovers. When you're able to cup the basketball, you can bring the ball outside your frame. Boom, when you bring the ball outside your frame, that allows you to shift more. But without that ability, if the ball just stays inside your frame, I'm not able to move, I'm not able to set up my crossover. When you cup that basketball, boom, now you have control, boom, you can do more, right, with the basketball. Being able to cup that basketball or put it in your pocket is gonna allow you to, boom, drive. It's gonna allow you, boom, eventually to get in your crossover, but also pocketing the ball also allows you to get into your shot. So learning how to cup the basketball is gonna be the first step in taking your crossover to the next level. Next up, we wanna be looking at the word react. Now, a crossover is simply a reaction of that defender overplaying or anticipating a certain move. Once we're able to load and set this up, boom, that's just simply a reaction. How do we get that defender to react? We must first commit. Now, if I'm, boom, known to blow past my defender, if I have a reputation, if I have the ability to blow past my defender is going to react. Perhaps they're gonna drop their foot, they're gonna open up, maybe they slide. Any bit of reaction is our read. Non-reaction, if a defender simply stays there, we go ahead and get into our stance. We go ahead and plant. We go ahead and push off. Boom, we have our drive. Non-reaction is also a reaction as well. We want to go ahead and make sure that defender commits. Then we go ahead and get into that crossover, and that's going to lead us to the next letter. Next, we want to look at the letter O, and that's going to be one motion. Now, it's going to be important that our basketball, our body, our feet are all tied together. They're all working at the same time in one motion. Many players, just yesterday, I was working with a really good player, one of the top prospects in our area, and he simply got his feet down, bobbed his head, but everything just didn't connect. Everything wasn't in one motion. So we want to make sure the ball, body, and feet, everything is all tied together. As we move, so does our head. As we move, so does the ball. One motion, everything is tied together. Many players that don't have effective crossovers oftentimes will delay their head. Maybe their feet and the ball go, and then the head comes later on. You'll see a lot of this. It's very, very late. Sometimes everything goes first, and then that ball is late. Everything's not connected. Thus why they have a very poor and ineffective crossover. Once everything's all together, boom, we can go ahead and make quicker reads and quicker change the directions. The fourth secret is gonna be that letter S, and that's gonna be to sell with our eyes. Now, we wanna make sure we get eyes to angle. Ball, body, feet could all be in place, but if our eyes don't sell, it doesn't look like I'm going to my right. Eyes to angle, boom, now I'm a threat. If he doesn't bite, boom, I continue my drive. If he cuts me off, boom, I can change direction. The eyes are what I call the cherry on top. Everything is good, everything is solid. But once you get that cherry on top, it's gonna take that to a whole nother level. We wanna make sure eyes to angles. Now, how do we get eyes to angles? A lot of times we'll tell players to sell, use your eyes, but then they just randomly look at objects. They'll look over here or eyes shoot up here. They think they're using their eyes, but in reality, they're not properly using it. What I'll tell players to do is get in their stance, get ready to drive, and 3, 2, pause. Hold it right there. Where your eyes are set when you're getting ready to drive is exactly where they need to be when you're setting up your crossover. So get ready to drive and pause. Right there, that is the cherry on top. This is eyes to angles. That's where we want to sell. And lastly, the 5th secret to our crossover is going to be to shift. I always say, if you move, the defender will move. If you don't move, the defender doesn't move. There's a reason why a defender doesn't respect an offensive player. It's because they'll stay in this stance. They got good hands and good feet, and they'll just lock in. What are defenders told to do? Look at the waist, look at their numbers, look at their belly button. If you're not moving, they're not moving. But once we can start to shift, now we get those numbers to move. Now we get that belly button, our hips, our waist to move. So once you move, defenders move. You need to shift. Once we put all this together, we're gonna have key ingredients to make an unguardable crossover. Being able to cup that basketball, getting that ball wide, being able to read that defender, being able to get everything in one motion, being able to sell with our eyes, and being able to shift. All 5 ingredients will help you dominate, blow by your defender, and create an unguardable crossover.